Hello children, welcome to today's video session of Standard 8 Moral Science 10th lesson Conscience. A conscience does not establish general rules or principles of human actions, nor does it judge the actions of others. It deals with our own individual acts. Dad ordered Peggy to go to her room. She had committed a grave crime by leaving poor Tony out for the whole night. The poor puppy was freezing when Dad saw him crouch near the door in the morning. To make matters worse, Peggy was continuously lying. She insisted that she had brought the puppy inside at night, but Dad refused to listen. Ultimately, in great anger, he had ordered his daughter to go to her room without any dinner. Patrick sat watching everything in silence. To everybody present in the room, dear Pat was doing his homework. But dear Pat was more concerned in the happening of the house rather than his own homework. He watched his sister to go to her room, sobbing and crying. He knew that Peggy was not so concerned about her dinner. It was her reputation that was damaged. Everybody was thinking her to be so grateful as well as a coward for not telling the truth. Patrick sat doing his work in complete silence. He did not like his sister crying. He tried to cheer up by playing his usual tricks, but Peggy shooed him away. Pat then wandered to his mother. She was working in the kitchen. He then peeped under the bed to see Tony was all right. Somehow Pat was not comfortable with anybody. He was himself feeling very irritable. He wandered from one room to another. He wanted to talk to somebody. He tried giving a call to his friend, but again he could not speak anything. There was a load on Patrick's heart. He wanted to share his thoughts with somebody. Who could be a better listener than Mummy? Pat went to sit with his mother. She always managed to calm his nerves. While sitting near her, he blurted out, "I did not know that he would die." "What happened, dear? Who's dying?" Mother asked him. "Nobody," he replied. Mom seemed to guess that something was wrong. She asked gently, "What happened, Patty? You can tell me without any fear." "Mom, last night after Peggy brought Tony inside, I left the door open and Tony ran out. Peggy did not know anything about it. She had gone to her room. I tried to look for Tony outside, but when I could not see him, I closed the door. I did not know that Tony could die out in the cold." "Then why didn't you tell Daddy when Peggy was being scolded?" Mom asked him. "I was afraid," Pat answered. "Why are you telling me now?" This matter was solved. Peggy was punished and nobody suspected you. Why did you let out the secret? Mom could not understand. My conscience was pricking me. I did not like Peggy being punished for no fault of hers. I could not rest with an easy mind. That is why I came and told you. Patrick was not able to bear his conscience pricking him. He had to tell the truth. He could not see his sister being punished for his fault. Thus, when he told Mother, a big load lifted from his heart. Conscience is rather than the decision and the judgment that determine whether we are truly good human beings. It determines whether we are at peace with God or turning away from Him. Conscience is like a compass that makes a man to find the right direction in moral matters. It is a practical act of intellect, a judgment we pass giving a moral praise or blame. God has given each individual his conscience to tell him what he ought to do in a given circumstance. When I consider doing certain action, my conscience encourages me or stops me. It approves my plan or discards me from carrying. Conscience is like an impartial umpire. It speaks in the name of God because God has given us our own nature or practical intellect. But conscience is not infallible. I may hold a wrong principle. In a practice case, I may have a right principle but use it wrongly because all the circumstances in that instance affect the nature of my action. In such cases, my conscience may be wrong. Conscience must be formed. This is where education and the correct thinking process help an individual. We must have a willing and open mind to learn, listen, and to follow the right. Each man must become a responsible human being. He must evaluate his own action as much as possible. This will help him in keeping his conscience on the right track. Conscience requires to be trained because evil has a strange power to attract us on practical matters. In other words, we are more prone to follow evil than to follow the path of goodness. Therefore, we have to put in that extra bit to effort in order to have a good conscience. It is important to pull ourselves up and refuse to compromise our personal honesty. This may sound unreasonable and remote from daily life. But when a person will come face to face with God, he will be able to say, "This was what was demanded of me because of my reason. This is the way I have lived." Living with the judgments of our conscience is a peaceful way of life. It can give us peace of mind we need. When Patrick confessed his crime before his mother, he had more peace than when nobody thought him to be a culprit. A person must act according to his conscience. The suggestion of those we respect can help us find a suitable answer to most of our moral problems. In living according to a conscience, we discover true joy and fulfillment. Thank you.